been a while. That's fun. Before I had my head shaved in the thumbnail, and that was like 2 months ago, and now it's fairly grown back, so that's fun, yeah. So this is my review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is the newest film to be released by Marvel. It is directed by Sam Raimi, who is best known for directing the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. And it was written by Michael Waldron, who wrote the show Loki and is set to write an upcoming Star Wars movie. It stars Benedict Cumberbatch returning to the role as Doctor Strange, along with Elizabeth Olsen, who is also returning to her role as Wanda Maximoff, or the Scarlet Witch. The movie's about Doctor Strange finding a girl named America Chavez who has the power to jump from multiverse to multiverse to multiverse, or universe, and Wanda's trying to hunt her down and stop her. Wanda's trying to hunt her down and stop her so she can steal her power. So yeah, that's fun. I will admit, I had a fun time with this movie. I saw it when it first came out on Thursday it first came out. So I saw it on the 5th, I believe, in 3D. And I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. I don't regret going in 3D. I do regret a bit going opening night, but I'll say that later. But yeah, I had a fun time with it. I don't regret going in 3D. There were some bits that I honestly loved about this movie that were a new step that I enjoyed, like how Marvel's slightly getting maybe a little more goreier and maybe leaning towards a slightly more adult audience. I don't want that with all their movies, just maybe with like Blade or like R-rated superhero movies work well. Logan, Deadpool 2, fucking Joker. Like, all these are fantastic movies that are R-rated and work well. So I'm glad Marvel's slowly starting to go into there. I don't want them to go completely R-rated, because I want to see some of the movies. But yeah, stuff like, okay. Yeah, that's better. I would recommend this. It's very visually thrilling. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend going to go see it. It's a fun ride if you haven't had it fucking spoiled for you all over the internet, because I saw it opening night, so I didn't need spoiler warnings, but all over my YouTube page is a bunch of spoilers. Okay, moving on to the more spoiler stuff now. If you want to leave, have a good time. Bye-bye. I was disappointed by this, because it's not that I wanted more cameos. Okay, wait. First things first. This movie had a runtime of, I believe, 2 hours and 2 minutes, which is less than Shang-Chi. And when you're exploring the multiverse, you don't want a movie that's less time than Sex and the City 2. So, like, I don't fucking know, man. It felt a little rushed. Like, the way they dealt with the cameos was stupid, because they killed off Captain Marvel, Black Bolt, fucking Mr. Fantastic, Peggy Carter, Captain Carter, that's her name, and Professor X. You do not kill off Professor X so fucking easily. I did not. Okay. For context, I made a bet with a friend that I could watch all 10 X-Men movies in 3 days. 3 school days. And I did it for a can of Pringles, which I bet I'm slightly regretting. But yeah, I did it in 3 days. So essentially 3 movies over 3 days, and then a third of a movie. So I did not waste a fuck ton of sleep for that. I was expecting it to tie in more. Little pissed that it didn't. Understandably, it's a lot to cram into a 2-hour movie. But yeah, so that's fun. Like, I did not sob because of Charles crying, saying it was his fault in Logan when it wasn't, before he fucking dies for that. I'm sorry. I'm realizing I'm slightly annoyed. Part of my annoyance with this movie is the lack of cameos. It sounds like that, but it's not. It's how they dealt with them for me. I liked it less than the first. It's still visually stunning and fantastic. I love the acting. It's a good movie. I'd recommend seeing it. But yeah. There are a few jump scares that scared the fuck out of me, like the one where she's in the sewer, or the one where her hand's about to come out of the fucking thing in Charles Xavier's mind. Those were cheap jump scares that you knew were coming, but they worked so well. I made some friends in the theater, and then we complained about Eternals after. That was nice. But yeah, it scared the fuck out of them too. That was a fun time. One thing about this movie is that with the way the rules are set out for the multiverse, it's a huge fucking risk. Because the way the rules are set out opens the door for people like Robert Downey Jr. to reprise his role as Iron Man, or Captain America, or Chris Evans to reprise his role as Captain America, or a bunch of people to reprise the rules. That isn't gonna happen, but people are gonna get pissed that it's not, because the rules are laid out like that. Even if all I'm saying is I kind of want something, like, even if it's just a super cheap throwaway line, at least have it there to establish some sort of rules, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. The last main thing I want to say about this movie is them killing off all the cameos like that. First things first, I want to focus on Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic, played by John Krasinski in this movie, was a good choice. If he is being cast, I have no idea if he is cast at time of recording. If he has been cast as Mr. Fantastic in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, I have no idea where that even is. I don't know if they even got a new director yet. If he has been cast in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, if it's not before the events of Doctor Strange, before the events of the Illuminati, then they are kind of saying that death means nothing anymore. Because you see him get ripped into shreds. You see him fucking die. You see him die, but if he's still in that movie, then that means that death means nothing anymore. The impact behind a death is lost, because oh, they're just gonna have him appear in a new movie. It's fine. Like, the impact is gone, for me at least. A lot of the impact is gone. I'll still fucking cry and stuff like that, but most of the impact behind losing a character like that is gone for me, if you get what I mean. Just knowing, like, oh, they can just bring him back like that because it's so fucking easy now with the way the rules are written. So yeah, that was my rambling talk about Doctor Strange. I'm trying to keep this short because I don't have a lot of time to upload this. That's fun. I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it. It just pissed me off a bit. Alrighty, I'm gonna give it away to voiceover me now. Bye-bye. So, that's about it. Thanks for stopping by. If it was not clear by my general demeanor and lack of enthusiasm with this video, I had a fun time at the movies. I did not thoroughly enjoy it. Like, I gave it a solid 7.6. It wasn't fantastic. I enjoyed it less than the first. I don't know about you, but for me at least, Phase 4's been kind of a letdown. Because we've had a lot of it, man. We've had a fuck ton of new projects for Phase 4. And we're gonna have a fuck ton more. And they've all been kind of, like, mediocre. WandaVision, I had a fun time with WandaVision. It just really pissed me off. Falcon and the Winter Soldier and What If were kind of like, alright. And then Hawkeye pissed me off for a majority of it, and yeah, Eternals wasn't great either. A lot of the projects haven't been fantastic. Of course, there are the few standouts like Spider-Man, Loki, and Moon Knight. Those are all great. But yeah, I don't know. That's about all I gotta say. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.